Oh, look at the babies. They're having a baby. Come on, Candies. We having a baby. Oh, don't we love our little babies? Yes, we does. Oh, let's get it up the bunghole. Oh, gee, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. Oh, you're so pretty. Pretty, pretty, oh, gee. You know what? I'd love to see Elon Musk in nature. I'd love to see him out spending all his time and energy trying to figure out who's committing fraud. And maybe he should go out and enjoy this wonderful planet. Maybe then he'd figure out funding national parks and keeping public spaces clean and free from constant exploitation might be in his best interest. Because look how beautiful the world is. We don't have to turn it all into cement, do we? Anyhow, I'm still amazed that this guy somehow thinks that the money's just magically appearing out of nowhere, and doesn't know the money magically appears out of nowhere. Of course it does. Money doesn't exist outside of our framework, our human society. It's a social construct. All that, I used to think they're somehow making this whole thing up. And are they stupid, or do they understand the truth and just patronize the public? Well, I guess Elon Musk and Ted Cruz showed us they're just stupid. They don't understand basic macroeconomics, and yet they're in charge of the country. Elon Musk is in charge of rooting out fraud and inefficiency, but he hasn't got a clue how the plumbing works. Again, if the money, where does he think the money came from? Hard work, like he did, or manipulating, yeah, or committing fraud, like he did, bullying people. Sure, money comes out of those actions, of course it does. But from the government standpoint, again, the government neither has money or doesn't have money. The government is just our public record keeper of the users. And if it didn't spend money into existence, there wouldn't be any. Where else would we get it? It's sort of, as Warren Moultrie says, it's a point of logic. Where would we have money? Where would dollars come from if we didn't magically take them out of the magic computer? I mean, we have laws, obviously, and the laws tell us how we can distribute the money, or rather us, the government. Again, quite simple. Congress appropriates funds. It's implemented after the budget is enacted, and the executive branch hits a fucking computer, and the money simply comes out of nowhere. And then the taxes, well, they sort of vacuum up excess money and enable the government to incentivize projects it deems worthy, though it, of course, doesn't do a very good job of that, but that would be its role. Make sure if there's inflationary pressures, they can purge a little bit of the water, similar to the swimming pool. Stephanie Kelton, she sums it up pretty easily. This isn't rocket science. This is basic civics. And Elon Musk has a degree in economics and doesn't quite understand money. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. Anyway, here. By the way, he's the richest guy on the planet. He just thinks he's the closest thing to monetarily being sovereign as a country can be. He just thinks it, and somehow the money comes because people follow this moron. It's so sad. He says, buy this Dogecoin goes up, like Donald. He basically used the same idea, and then as idiots buy it, he sells it, dumps it, pulls the rug right out, makes a bunch of money. The whole thing is crooked, and I'm broke. I got nothing because, well, I'm taking care of a bunch of 25-year-old plus horses that have no economic value. And, oh yeah, I forgot. The government shut me down. U.S. Customs decided 4 years ago I was infringing on a trademark, a Bluetooth, which I had the license. It was during COVID. They didn't acknowledge it. Went down the black hole, so I do feel bad for immigrants in this country, because I can tell you firsthand, U.S. Customs, they're not too efficient. They're not set up to do anything. They're set up to cause harm. They don't do much in the way of fixing anything. They just cause harm. Never heard from them again. Lawyers, the whole 9 yards. They took $350,000 from me, shut me down, and well, I've been unemployed basically since, trying my best to take care of these animals. So now I got to beg and hobble so I can find some money so these animals don't die. But the thing with Elon, it just don't make any sense. He's the richest guy on the planet. And he doesn't understand the basics of money. He thinks there's a magic money computer. Again, there is. You can call it that, but it's just the reality. It's how money's created in our modern system. Not very complicated. There's no debt. Not like there is with respect to not comparing it to a household or a business. That would be misleading. Sort of like you can use the word love. I love my mother. I love my daughter. I love my sister. I love my girlfriend. Okay, well, you love them in different ways. Vastly different ways. And I'd say the same thing with federal debt. Federal debt is not the same debt as my debt. I owe credit cards $100,000+ because I'm like, think these animals' lives are more important than the bank. So I borrowed up the ass, and now I've destroyed my credit. But the government doesn't work that way. The United States government, as long as it exists, will always be able to create money. Sure, it could cause inflation, but that has to do with productive capacity. I guess that's the economists can fight with each other all day long and get paid well to decide whether somehow government spending is causing inflation and then address it. I don't think we're there. I think we're well below any type of hyperinflation event that Elon Musk seems to also associate with the creating of money on the magic money machine. I can go on and on about this. It's so upsetting because these are such intelligent people, supposedly, with so much power, prestige, and wealth, and they're idiots. It's like listening to a creationist give you his analogy of evolution through the lens of creative intelligent design. That bullshit. I mean, it's the same thing. It's talk about misleading. It's horrible. It's ignorance, just perpetuated, because they sort of, instead of educating people, they amp their built-in prejudices and fears. Or that's what I used to think, but I think they express the same ones. I think Elon Musk is as stupid as the people he's trying to impress. He's no smarter. He doesn't quite understand how money works at the federal level, at the monetarily sovereign level of a nation state such as the United States of America. Yes, money is created out of thin air. Really simple, and the taxes or the tariffs or whatever the government does to remove that money is a stopgap against inflationary pressures or an incentive for something the government wants the free market to sort of start leaning towards. It uses the power of the purse. And it's interesting, we don't need to be paying rich people interest rates on their bonds. That's $1 trillion. I mean, Elon is right. That's $1 trillion that we're spending almost every year just to give people already rich and institutions. They already have a ton of money. Let's give them more money. Let's not give people that need money. Let's give the richest pricks on the planet a risk-free 4.5% interest rate because, well, they're such responsible people. We don't think they'll spend it willy-nilly. I don't know. Rolls-Royce seems to have a several-year gap. Ferrari, all of them are doing pretty well. Seems to me the economy at the wealthy side does fine. It's all the poor people I see in these little hick towns. They're suffering. They're waiting around for their diminishing food stamps. Everything is so sad. Listening to that guy talk about the magic money tree is very unsettling. I'll finish up. Let me finish with these beautiful animals. Yes, a little OG Charlene. Oh, by the way, Matt Kikali, he probably makes $500,000+ a year. I used to race horses. It was a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Nothing was better than racing horses, except when I finally understood that most of their lives don't end so well. I couldn't do it anymore. Anyway, again, I'll save that for another video. Bye-bye.